Okay, we are live. Let's get these YouTube settings looked at. Make sure everything is switched on okay. There we go. So looks all good. Looks all good. Now, what I'm going to be doing, shout out to everyone in the stream so far. So what I'm going to be doing in this live stream, I want to know people's prediction. I've said my kind of 2 cents on Wilder Fury. I'm going to give an in-depth Keys to Victory preview and prediction video, probably either Wednesday. Shout out Straight Face. I got to do my Keys to Victory preview and prediction video either this Tuesday or this Wednesday. No later than Wednesday. I don't want to go up before the weigh-in. Now, I'm going to give pretty much all my 2 cents in that prediction video, kind of let you know what I'm thinking. But right now, I want to know what your predictions are. So have this live stream here. Let me know what your predictions are. I want to know as well, is anyone going to be actually betting money on their predictions? Because I made sure to get Bet365 here opened. And I have Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Some of the odds they're giving on this fight. I want to know if you are who you're picking basically, and if you're putting any money on it. Because I know when I done a bet, well, I didn't do a bet actually, it wasn't really a bet, but I know when I put Tyson Fury down to win by KO, I think I'd done it in a live stream about a week or so ago, and I think I put him down for about £5, and the return on that was pretty decent. To be fair, I'm gonna see what it is now. So if you were to put £5 down on Tyson Fury to win by KO, not necessarily the round, just by KO, if you were to put £5 down on Tyson Fury to win, return is £30. So there's a profit of £25 to be made just by betting Tyson Fury to win by KO. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Mark. You betting money on this? I'm looking forward to this fight, man. I really am. And I think I even said as well, and I'm going to see if it's changed, but if you have a little bit of disposable income and you're willing to put this amount down, if you put £20 down on Tyson Fury to win by KO, doesn't necessarily have to be rounds, right? So they're just saying by KO. If you put £20 down on Tyson Fury to win by KO, you make £100 profit. So you get €100 back. So you got Fury for unanimous decision. Okay, I don't think the odds are quite as good on that, but let's see what it is on a UD for Tyson Fury. Let's put £20 down on Fury UD. So you get 52.50. All right, that's still pretty decent going, but considering the odds on, the other one, and just curiosity, I'm going to see what a draw is, because I'd say you would have got similar odds in the last one. So when they fought last time, I'm sure you would have got similar odds on a draw. A draw is 20-1. If you put £20 down on the draw, you get £400 back. That's pretty good going. You put Fury down, 100 down on Fury, 10-12. Wow. Right, I'm going to take you up on that. Let's see. Let's see, Mark, what we got with that. 10-12. So let's see this. Okay, so we got Fury 28-1 on rounds 10-12. Let's slap £100 down. Holy shit. So if he gets rid of Wilder, at least according to Bet365, if he gets rid of Wilder in 10-12 rounds, you're making a profit of about 2,800. Holy shit. Fucking hell. Makes me wonder why I don't bet more on boxing, to be honest with you, because it's not like football. Football is too... You just don't know what's going to happen sometimes in football. You could have a team like, remember Liverpool back in the day, even the early Jurgen Klopp days, they play a team like City or Chelsea to beat them 3-1. Then they go and play a team like Bournemouth and they lose 3-0. That's where football would really tend to fuck you over, because you just didn't know. Whereas with boxing, you do kind of... Upsets do happen, of course. They obviously do. But they don't tend to happen as frequently as you do in football. Or you don't tend to see teams choke as frequently as certain boxers do, or certain box chokes frequently as teams do. Because like I said, exactly, man, that is tempting. I don't have 100. Well, I do, but I'm not willing to risk £100 on that. But damn. And Fury was saying, and Fury says a lot of things, but he was saying he wants to get rid of Wilder in 2 rounds. Let's put £20 down on Fury to win in 2 rounds. Damn. So Fury does knock Wilder out in the second round. You're up 1,320 quid. 1,320 quid if Wilder knocks Fury out, or if Fury knocks Wilder out in the second round. Let's see what it is the other way around. Because Wilder said he's going to get rid of Fury in 3 rounds. Let's see. I'd imagine it's less. I'd imagine you would get less. Yeah, you get a lot less. It's 460. So you make Wilder by decision. Definitely could see it. Definitely can see it. If he drops Fury a couple of times, definitely. Let's see what the odds are on Wilder by decision, mate. 170 quid. So a profit of 150 if you back Wilder. For 20 quid, Wilder by decision, and he gets it. You're up 120 quid. These are pretty good goings. Now, I am going to make a bet on this fight myself. I'm going to, well, I haven't done it yet, but I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go, even though, but bearing in mind, right, when I'm saying I'm betting, this isn't necessarily my prediction for who I think is going to win the fight. This is just me, throwing a little bit of cash around, having a bit of a laugh. If I am, which I probably am going to bet, I'm going to throw 10 quid down on Deontay Wilder between rounds 10 to 12. And if I was to throw it down, I'd be up 100 quid. Now, that's not to say I'm picking Deontay Wilder to win this fight. I'm going to go into that more in my prediction video, which is going to be coming up during the week. But if I was going to bet, which I probably am, I would bet that as just like a throwaway bet. I wouldn't take that as my prediction, because I'm actually going, well, I'll just give away my prediction now. I'm going to be going on Fury to win this fight, but I'm not 100% convinced. That's where I'm going to talk about it in my preview prediction video. Like I said, I'm probably going to record it either tomorrow or Wednesday and just go and upload it then. Because I still have to get that Anthony Joshua video out, which I put on the community tab. What's that say? Stick your tongue out of your mouth and waving your hands and punching Wilder's glove doesn't score points. No, it doesn't. But I still think Fury's going to do it on points, but I'm not convinced. Like, there's so many questions that I need to ask about this. Like the cut, like that cut, I'm convinced is going to open back up. Because I just saw Julian Williams a few weeks ago, and I even said it to Ade in the interview we did, that I saw Julian Williams a couple of weeks ago with some residual scar tissue get opened up straight away from a little nutting jab, a little grazing jab. And if that can happen to him, imagine what Deontay Wilder could do if he lands a grazing right hand on you. But yeah, you saw me on it. Yeah, hopefully we can do something again like that. I'm not back over in London for another couple of months. And when I'm going over next time, I'm going to be going for a little bit longer. So I'm probably going to go over in May, around the May bank holiday time. And I have a lot planned actually in May, because I have to go over to London in May, the start of May. Probably going to go over the bank holiday weekend. And then, Mark, you probably have heard about this. There's a card on down in Waterford. And I think some of my friends might be on it. I think it's kind of up in the air now. But if some of the lads like Craig and all are on that card, I'll head down to Waterford and I'll watch that card. Might even see if I can get some interviews with that, because there are channels that don't have the following that me and you do, and they get backstage interviews to some of these shows. They might not be the greatest shows, but hell, if they're doing it and they've 200 subscribers, me and you, what we've got combined, nearly 4,000. I'm sure one of us could get backstage if we asked. So let's go back and look at some of these chats. So Don Hearn, love the name, shout out. He's picking Fury by TKO in the 9th round. Interesting. Let's see, Don Hearn, what we can get with that. This isn't me advising people to bet. Okay, so Don Hearn, you're up $1,000 if you put 20 quid on Fury to win in the 9th round and he does it. Straight face, you're not putting money on this. No. I think that whenever I do bet on boxing, I tend to do accumulators over a couple of weeks. So I'll give you an example, right? Let's look at some of these fights that we have coming up. Okay, so we have all these fights. It's not giving me all these fights. So let's go on to the golden contract. So I'm going to bet some money on some of these. So got Lee Wood, Ryan Walsh. I go for Lee Wood. James Dickens versus Tyrone McCullen. Go for James Dickens. I put like a $5 and I do them two to win. I go to super lightweight and I go with Tyrone McKenna to beat that Jeff guy, because he took that fight short notice the last time. He really shouldn't be there. And Muhammad Mamini versus O'Hara Davis. I go for Davis slightly in that fight. So I'd be putting, there's 4 bets. And let's just see, for argument's sake, if I was to put money down on all of these, let's just see what it would come to. So we got James Dickens, Tyrone McKenna. So we got them down. And then we're going to go into super featherweight. We're going to go for Tyrone McKenna, and we're going to go for that. So let's see. Let's see what we got on these. So I'm putting all these out straight. So see what we're up. Okay, so we wouldn't be up that much. We'd only be up about, literally probably only up, give or take, 50 quid. But still, if you've done that over a couple of weeks and it was a couple of fight cards, like I'm only using that because I want to stick with the questions. I don't want to be wasting my time on all these websites, like looking up bets. But yeah, if you were to go on to do that, that's essentially what you'd be looking at. You know, you gain a bit of money. You know, I think one of my mates, Niall O'Connor, he's won a good bit on some of them accumulators over the years. I think the most he told me was like $2,000 or something like that. He's in this chat. I don't think he's in this chat, but if he's in it, he'll probably let me know. But let's see. Let's go back to some of these comments. What's up, Big Space? Shout out. Fury is too technical for Wilder. Fury is technical, yeah. He can cause what Wilder really looks to set up that right hand. That is his bread and butter punch. That's what he tries to do. When he's in there with someone who moves, in there with someone who's long and rangy, he just looks to set up the right hand. You got Fury by unanimous decision. Definitely can see that. Definitely. You've never been here, Big Space. Well, I don't live stream that much, truth be told. But I try and live stream now and again whenever I can, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's not something I do an awful lot. I don't live stream. I don't live stream that much at all, really, to be honest with you. Let's see some of these. Let's see. Gave Wilder 3 rounds, 4 max. Yeah, but you got to give him the knockdowns as well. Man, that could make a fight close. Could make a fight close. Mark, you were thinking of going into the Waterford show. Yeah. I think the last time they ran it, they'd Mike Perez on it. I think they'd Mike Perez top of the bill on that Waterford show. It's not that far away. Like, it's less than 2 hours. If you drive quick, it's less than 2 hours from Dublin. I've only been in Waterford briefly. Like, I've never stayed the night. But like, if Craig or Niall or anyone like that is on the card, I think Reese, one of the guys at the gym, he's on it. He's from Waterford. You got Craig McCarthy versus Chris Blaney. That's an interesting little fight. It's a fun little fight. So yeah, I might go down to that. Like I said, if Craig or Niall or someone like that is on it, I'll definitely go down. But we'll have to wait and see. Because I think those guys are trying to get dates in America, but if they can get it on the Waterford card, I'll definitely go and see him. Because America is just out of the question right now. I just don't have the money to be able to go over there to see the guys fight. Unfortunately. Let's see. Even if he won 4 rounds out of 12, he doesn't win on points. Are you talking about the first fight? B-Space, you talking about the first fight? Because if he won 4 rounds, if he had the 2 10-8 rounds, I think you might still get that as a draw. You say you can't drive out of Dublin at the minute. Your license is suspended. Why is your license suspended, bro? Do tell me why your license is suspended. I'm dying to know. And I don't judge, believe you me. I've got mates who their license aren't suspended necessarily, but they've done some absolutely fucking stupid, no insurance. Okay, I was convinced you were going to say drink driving. No insurance. Yeah. I'm very lucky. Like, my insurance is actually quite cheap. My insurance is like, and my car is not small. Like, I have a 3 Series BMW 2 litre, and my insurance is 500 quid for the year. It's not too bad. It's pretty good going. Considering, like, my first ever quote when I was 19 was like 3,200, and that was on a 1.2 Ford Fiesta. So considering that, I'm doing pretty well. But yeah, you can't drive out of Dublin. Yeah, I ain't judging. Like I said, yours was for emergencies. Man, like I say, I ain't judging on no people who are suspended from driving and all that. Like, I have a friend, my best friend, right? True story. My best friend there about 3 years ago. In fact, I think it was actually the night Spence beat. He drove it because someone was sick. Man, I do the exact same. If someone needed it badly, yeah, I do the exact same. Remember, my manager in work was telling me that when she went into labor for the first time, she was out with her husband. They were having dinner or something like that. And she went into labor, and her husband, she said, is not the quickest driver in the world. He broke every red light he could. It didn't matter to get to the hospital. So I ain't judging, man. When you need to, you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. But yeah, no, definitely I'll head down to Waterford if the lads are on it. Let's see what else. 200 on Fury to win. Easy money. Okay, so what are you putting? Are you putting it on points or are you putting it on KO? Because if you want to put it on Fury to win by decision, let's put 200 quid down. Because Bet365 do the best bets for boxing. Seriously. This is not me. I'm not being no sponsorship or anything like that from Bet365. Out of all the betting websites you can go on, points. Okay. Of all the betting websites you can go on, definitely Bet365 do the best odds. From what I've seen anyway, do the best odds. So if you put it on Fury to win 13 to 8, you're up about 225. You're about 225. Now don't do it just to win. You know, I mean, like just to win is just let's say just to win with 200 quid. Let's see. That's one thing I like doing about boxing. I like doing how they're going to win. You're only going to be up at 180, truth be told. So you may as well, like, I can't see Fury knocking Wilder out. I don't think it's out of the question. You know, I don't think it's out of the question. Yeah, I'll drop you a link now. Bear with me there. I'll have to reset my mic because I don't have the mic plugged in with my sound on. So give me 2 secs. I'll drop you a link. There you go. And once you get in, I will pop the headset on. I'll have to mute this chat for a minute or two, so I'll pop the other headset on. Because I just use my recording mic. I don't use the Xbox mic, which is literally just an old Xbox headset I use to record the other ones. Even money on William Hill. Okay, easy. Pre-show Ade how to live stream. I told him how to live stream, but see, he wants to do it kind of face to face. So like, you see the way you know the way I go on camera whenever I do my videos. What Ade does that is what Ade wants to go on camera and like answer the questions on camera, and StreamYard will do all the work for you because I don't know how to set up a stream. So StreamYard do all the work for you. But if I was to go on camera, you'd only see like, it'd be like a phone. It just wouldn't look right, truth be told. So I think he wants to get the whole live stream gear kind of set up before he starts doing it. That's his plan anyway. I don't really mind. I only do these live streams when I get the time. So I don't really mind doing one like this, to be honest with you. Let's see what some of these others. See Fury on points. Probably going to be boring and like Klitschko fight. You see, Wilder's going to let his hands go a lot more than Klitschko. So there'll be a shout out, Mark. Give me 2 secs. I will pop you in this stream now, people. I'm just going to go quiet for 2 secs while I plug in my headset. So bear with me there. Okay, we are back. It's probably not going to be as good quality on this now because it's a like video game Xbox mic. Shout out, bro.
What's up? It sounds the exact same, mate.
Does it?
Yeah, it actually does sound pretty much the exact same.
Fuck's sake. I always thought it sounded a bit like quieter. The other one is
it's slightly quieter, but like unless someone's got a severe hearing deficiency, it's not gonna make a difference.
That's good to know. So this fight this weekend. I see you have the stream ready to go. I was hoping you'd be doing a live stream actually because I was thinking I'm staying up for this and I paid for it, or I will be paying for it. So I was hoping you'd be doing a live stream.
I'm doing the marathoner, mate.
Man, I'm looking forward to it because I was thinking, right, what's going to get me through this evening? What's going to get me through Saturday? I go on my subscriber list of like, yeah, Mark's doing a live stream. That's going to get me through the evening. It's going to get me through the week.
It's going to be good crack, mate, because I'm going to be pissed drunk by the time that happens. Because if I'm starting that stream, someone asked me, will I do something special for this fight because it's massive? And I'm a huge fan of this fight. So I said, sure, I'll do it. So I'm doing a 24-hour live stream.
Man, that's going to be rough.
I've been at this a while though, you know what I mean? So this will be my second ever live stream to go 24 hours. The first one was when they got rid of Hangouts. So when they got rid of Google Hangouts hosting on YouTube, like we had a lot of history, like a lot of the boys like talking on Hangouts. I did a 24-hour live stream. Probably my best stream ever. People coming on and off the panel, tree houses burning down live on air and everything.
What the
No
fuck?
joke. No joke, mate. Someone had a fire in their treehouse out back. Somebody like fell off. Someone fell off a bridge.
Fucking hell, man. I just can't. I can't fathom doing a 24-hour live stream. Like if I do an hour, I feel like fuck. I need a break. I need to reset myself. And I'm thinking 24 hours. You see, some people do like these charity live streams for like 12 hours. I'm thinking, hell, mate, how do you do it?
Well, I think if you look at my channel, you see a lot of my live streams consistently are 2 hours long minimum.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty much minimum.
And
So I can do 4, 5, 6 hours like whenever really, once there's a good flow. So, but with this, I'll just have people who want to pop in and out all day long. Anyone who wants to chat.
That is literally what I was hoping you'd be doing. So I'll be popping in, recording my post fight, probably popping in and out the whole time, because I'll be covering most of the fights on this card. But the three that come to mind are obviously the main event. We know that, but I want to see this Navarrete guy because I've seen him before. Rate him quite highly. I think he's a good fighter.
His opponent's gash, mate. Like I know his opponent. Yeah, he's no good. I'm one of the only people out there who know his opponents because you know I'm a casual. Shout out to CRB. Shout out to CRB. Big ups, bro. Yeah, no, he's no good, mate. I'll give you the biggest flaw in his arsenal. You know when a fighter comes in off of the jab and they go to throw the two.
Yes.
He completely loses all guard. So his left hand is gone. He reloads it out wide to the side, and he's coming in with his two, and he's completely straight for the picking, and he goes square on. His right foot comes inside with his lead left.
There's nothing more annoying than seeing shit like that. I remember before Christmas, I was doing, well, it wasn't, I say I was doing the corner. I was at a club show doing the corner, and one of the guys we had boxing there was doing something similar. He was throwing his jab, and moving the right hand like back to the corner nearly, and I'm there going fucking ape shit at him into the corner in between rounds. I'm like, what the fuck are you trying to do? That's one of the reasons why his nose started pissing like a tap.
Exactly, man. That's beyond below amateur. That's like bad amateur rookie mistake. Sure, he's got a good pro record, but like the people he's fought against well, they'd lose in amateur clubs. You know what I mean?
He's never fought outside of is that the Philippines flag?
The Philippines.
Yeah, Philippines.
Sure. He's a Filipino. And shout out to the Filipino brothers, man. They rock their fighters hard and they'll big them up. And that's why you'll see these odds probably not be as wide as, well, they are actually very wide. But sometimes with Filipino fighters, right, you'll see that the odds get really close because they back their fighters. And sometimes that's just a market I need to exploit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know what I find crazy is I'm on the BoxRec page here, and unless I've done something wrong, there's only 2 fights listed on this card. Like that, they're literally the only 2 fights on this card.
No, you're not wrong there. BoxRec have messed up, to be honest. They just don't really know. But from what the PBC and the ESPN have told us, they've confirmed the other fights, and no one else has said that those fights are off. So we still have Navarrete on there. We still have Martin on there and Washington. We also have Fundora on that card. Big Fundora. The big 6'4.5", 6'5.5", 154 pounder.
Yeah,
he's huge. He's bigger than Callum Smith, man. What? and Callum Smith should already be. And Callum Smith should be fighting that cruiserweight division.
Realistically, yeah. It amazes me when you see these really big guys at these like lower weights. And I know like middleweight's not officially a lower weight, but a weights where you're just like, how? How do you use, like, look,
mate, I'm 6'5" myself, yeah? If I went below 200 pounds, I'd be anorexic. That's how I would feel. Like, I don't know how they do that. It's just build and wiry and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like me, myself, I'm 6 foot. Like, just bang on 6 foot. And
there you go.
Like, if people say to me, I reckon, like, if you were to do amateur, you could do 69 and all this. And I'm like, No, because if I have to even try and do like 75, I'm tired. I'm all over the shop. I'm like, I can't do another 6 kilos. Are you fucking mental? And you see some of these guys that are taller than me, way taller. Mark just muted himself. Way taller than me, who can do that weight no problem, or not
Oh,
no
don't
problem.
worry
But
about me. Don't worry about me muting myself. It just means that I'm trying not to get you like copyrighted from background noise.
oh, well, shout out. I thought you were just muting yourself for no reason. It's like, what the fuck?
Muting yourself is just polite if you're going to be making a lot of background noise, isn't it? I can
True
still
that.
hear you. I can still hear you. Don't worry.
True that. So this, I want to actually talk about this. So this show in Waterford, you're gonna head down if there's any good fights on it, or you think it's a write off like most of the other shows we have here?
Look, it's probably a write-off, but I'm thinking about going down and trying to cover it anyway.
Chris
I
Blaney
just
versus
don't.
Craig McCarthy's a decent fight.
It's a solid fight. The only reason I might not go down is because like I'm gonna have to get a train. I don't want to get a damn train.
Train down to Waterford. Oh man. So I know I'll be in London that weekend before, because that's the next little trip I have over there, and that's just going to be a couple of days because I like London. It's better. I like it better than Dublin. It's a much better city. And then it's literally back from Dublin to Waterford the week after. Like, I'm only going to go if like Craig or Niall are on the card, because they're mates.
Yeah.
But if they're not on it, then probably not.
But let me say this to you about like London being a better city than Dublin. Now, take it from someone who's lived over there. It's a lot different when you go over for a few weeks than it is to live there.
I'd imagine so, but just I don't know. Whatever it is, I've been in Dublin my whole life, man, and maybe I'm just sick of it now. I just need a change.
Well, Dublin is pretty crap sometimes, but it can be quality. So it's really down to who you're around. Like you move over to London, you're not going to have the same mates. You're not going to have the same things.
True that, but I suppose you can make the new mates, man. Like,
I mean, if I'm moving anywhere and I'm moving out of the continent. Get away from this.
Where'd you head? The States?
Aussie?
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. That's never appealed to me. I know a few of the guys who went there, but just whatever about there, it's just never appealed to me.
I've been there. I loved it.
Really?
Loved every second of it. Loved all the boards. I loved the accent. I love the culture. I love the nature. I think it's great. And I like the idea of being set on fire every summer.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Take a risk with your life. There you go. Take a chance. No, man, whatever it is, it just never appealed to me. Because even a few of the lads went over there before Christmas. They went for 6 weeks. They said it's not enough. This you need to go. I was like, what would I be going to Australia for? If I'm going anywhere, if I was leaving the continent, I'd be definitely going to the States, probably to Boston or somewhere like that.
I've been to the States a few times, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's crap. You never know what you're going to get in America. That's just being honest. But just being in Australia, it's so beautiful, mate. It really is so beautiful. And I'm telling you right now, you know the nightclub scene?
Oh, yeah.
The women in Australia put women all around the world to shame. It's so multicultural, mate. It's so multicultural. You have these stunning boards, Asians, Latinas, these beautiful blonde surfer chicks. No makeup on, they're still hot as hell.
That's what I like to hear, man. You know what it's like over here with some of them, especially in Dublin, with some of the girls over here. Some of them are write-offs. Seriously,
mate, never mind the Dublin, Ireland itself. We're an ugly nation. Yeah. We're an ugly nation. We need to accept that. We really are.
Yeah, we're an ugly nation. And then the few like girls you see who are anyway decent, like I said, they're either beyond dizzy or they're just written off because they just shagged around that much.
Never mind even being written off, but some of them are just so emotionally out there, it's unreal.
I'll never forget. This happened last year. And do you remember that shooting in Swords that happened last year?
Of course.
Probably don't, yeah. Well, one of the I knew the guy who was shot. And I remember being at his I remember being at his, like, they done like a kind of tribute to him the next day. And there was a girl he went out with, and we all knew her. We knew her. She went out with her like years before this. Like, I'm talking maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. And this girl was in bits crying. And I mean, they were the most obvious crocodile tears you'd ever see. And when his actual girlfriend, who he was with when he died, came, she looked so pissed off. It was like, you're taking my thunder here. And I was like, this girl is not. This girl has issues, serious issues. Serious issues. I was like, no, that's a write off. That's what you call a write off.
Which one? The two of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, the two of them. I think the first one more so than the second one. But that's the kind of things we have in Dublin or in Ireland with people in general. Like I was only thinking to myself there the other day that I don't think I've talked about this, but there's a girl I work with, and she's leaving the job, I think, in a couple of weeks. I forget what she's going to do, but she started at the same time with this other guy. And this guy is he's from somewhere in the city, I know that. And the guy was like obsessed with this girl from day one. So much so that right now, she can't go and get a cup of coffee without him going. This isn't even her fella. And they're literally like, he comes in, right, we're going for a coffee now. We're going for a lunch now. We're going here now. No one else you're like off as limit to everyone else. And if you talk to them, I'm going to shit talk them so much you don't want to talk to them again. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and these people are dumb enough to listen to, like, accept this. So,
well, mate, yeah. you know what it's like where I'm from. If someone says something like that, they get slapped where I'm from.
Oh, stop. I love the little rant video you put up there a few weeks ago. I thought that was good.
Which one?
Yeah, the one about the honey guy. Is that what his name is? Or what's his name? What's the video? Wait there a sec. Because I watched it the next day, and you weren't pulling no strings. Wait there a sec. What's the guy's name? It's like Honey something or something. Maybe I'm fucking all over the shop with it.
I have no idea. It might not even be me, mate.
No, it's definitely you, man.
The only real rant video I've done in a while would be Quig and Carol as a main event. Don't get me wrong, fair play to Jono, but that's that's a co-main event. That's a co-feature.
True that, but we're stuck with it now. We are stuck with it. I think Jono's going to win that fight. Yeah, H Money. That was the video.
All right, yeah.
I don't know why I thought Honey. I just thought Honey and H Money.
Honey.
Yeah, well, I saw the H and I was like, oh, there you go. There we go. That was a good. I was like, you weren't pulling no strings in that video. It's fun to listen to. Can't say I ever heard of the guy now, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
But the rant, we've Carroll versus Quig. Quig sounds punchy as hell lately. Do you not think the interviews I've seen of him?
Mate, he's always sounded punchy.
He's not sounded as bad. He's not sounded as bad in his older interviews. Go back 3 years, he didn't sound as bad as he sounds now.
Yeah, but go back to the Valdez fight, he sounds the exact same.
Really? I thought I noticed it straight away when I heard. I thought he sounded even worse. Those wars in the wild card gym, they aren't helping him.
Do you know what else is not helping him?
Joe Gallagher?
Being as dull as two sharp planks.
Oh, yeah, and that. Yeah, and that. Oh, geez,
I hope he walks to the arena again. That'd be great.
No, man, isn't it true that he blocks people who send him links to that video of him walking to the arena from his front door?
I wouldn't know, mate. He has me blocked.
There you go. There you go, man.
Oh. It wasn't because I sent him that, though.
Something else.
I asked them I didn't send them a link to it. What I said was, do you not think that would have been better if you had a moonwalk the entire way, pal?
Oh, man, he will never live that down.
I'm blocked by a lot of people on Twitter.
I haven't been blocked. Well, see, I never really use Twitter. I only go on it just to like check a couple of like stories. I never comment on things. Yeah, news. I never really go balls deep and start, asking people questions and stuff like this. So
no, I go off on tangents, mate. Go off on tangents on people.
That's how you get the followers, bro. That's how you get the followers.
I've got more followers on Twitter than I have on YouTube.
I don't understand it. Well, not with you, but when you see some YouTube channels, like I was saying there, you get some people who get backstage at these shows, like Irish shows.
Yeah.
Now, me and you probably could as well if we asked. I just don't ask. But they've got more Twitter followers than they have sub followers, and they've only got 150 subs.
Well, they may be journalists or whatever, mate. But it's really easy, for either of us right now, in Ireland, we're the two number one channels here.
Yeah.
So we can easily get in. Like, I have more subs than you right now. I'm at the top. You'll probably pass me due to inactivity, which is cool. Best of luck to you. I hope you do it.
Thanks, bro.
But when it comes down to it, like, all we need to do is apply for media credentials to go to the show and just list our channel and our content. We'll get in.
Literally. And I just
because look, I've been approved for some Matchroom shows. So,
really?
Yeah,
How do you go about doing that?
You look at you go onto their websites and everything like that, and you look for whoever's in charge of media and press.
I think it was that straightforward. I knew that.
And then you just email them saying that you're applying for blah 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 blah. And media credentials. And that's it. And then they either approve you or they don't approve you. You either get rejected or you don't.
That's an interesting one. Someone asked me actually during the week, am I on the Matchroom payroll? I was like, mate, I've never even been to a Matchroom show, let alone like on their payroll. And why would they be paying a guy with 1,700 subs? As opposed
Someone asked me the same question. So I sent them a link to a video of me slating 14 different Matchroom shows. Like, yeah, I'm on that payroll. Come on.
Yeah, clearly they want the Irish followers, don't they? That's why they're paying us X amount of money. And I think me and you, we just speak fact when we talk about guys like Frank Warren and PBC bullshit like that, like the shit they come out with.
We just speak about what we genuinely believe. And that's it. Like, I'll never say anything is absolute fact. Even my own opinions, even yours, like, I'll never say that they're absolute fact because, truth be told, we don't know. We're not in there. We're not looking at all these contracts. We're not looking at everything that's going on. We have a belief based off of certain things that show us stuff, but we don't have access to everything. So, but from what we believe based on our evidence, as factually as we think we can be.
Yeah, that's why I always say, like, especially when people come to me and say, like, oh, you're too pro Hearn, I'm like, no, I fucking ain't. But the way I see it is that if I have to say who's in the right, who's in the wrong, looks like Hearn's in the right and BBC are in the wrong when it comes to stuff like Charlo and Demetrius Andre.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn's a genius. And let me explain why. Because so many people aren't paying attention to the fact that Eddie Hearn's the spin master. Now, think about how sad it is that Charlo and Andre ain't happening, right? That's unbelievable. Why ain't that fight not happening? Yeah, I know you do. I know you do, and I know I do, because we all want to see unifications, right? So that's what we want to see. We want to see the best fighters fighting the best. But however, at the same point, where's the same energy coming from Eddie Hearn about Andre fighting Golovkin when they're both on the same network and under him?
True that. And Golovkin versus Andre, that's a good fight as well. And Andre's been calling for that fight for years now.
But they ain't mentioning that at all. They're just talking about Charlo, who they know isn't going to fight them because they're just building things. And Andre's going to continue fighting lower level opposition. In the meantime, him and Golovkin could get it on and have a unification. And they go into any negotiation bar Canelo as A-side. 2 belts.
The thing I think it is, the zone want that Canelo fight. They want the Canelo-Golovkin fight. And they don't want to risk. Because if you put Demetrius Andre in with Golovkin now, I don't know, I'd pick Demetrius Andre to win that fight, the way I've seen Golovkin now.
I don't know. I think too many people are underrating Golovkin. Like, I personally don't know if Andre could beat Derevianchenko, but I'd love to see Derevianchenko-Charlo.
I'd love to see that fight, Derevianchenko versus Demetrius Andre. I've rated Demetrius Andre very highly ever since I first seen him fight. And I think when he didn't do himself any favours against Keeler, but I think he brought himself down to Keeler's level in that fight, if you think of it. That's what I saw anyway.
I didn't see him bring himself down in level. I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a brilliant back foot fighter have to fight a front foot game. It's not his game.
No.
And that's all it is. It's just not his game. He's never been good. Any of his fights where he's been chasing his opponents around, trying to finish them, he's going to be wild. That's not what he does. He's a counter puncher off the back foot. And he's a nip-tuck operator. But if you have him chase a guy around the ring, he's going to look like Deontay Wilder because that's not what he does. Because he's never done it.
No. And like I said, I really hope the next time we see, I would love to see the Derevianchenko fight, truth be told. Demetrius Andre versus Derevianchenko. I'd love to see that.
Well, that's much more likely to see Derevianchenko-Charlo. And the reason why is Derevianchenko's now number 1 in WBC rankings.
This is still an interesting fight, Charlo versus Derevianchenko.
I think it's even more interesting. I think it's more interesting because Andrade, we kind like Andrade. He's much more negative, but I feel like because he is a negative fighter, I think we can admit that he's a very negative fighter.
We can admit that.
Derevianchenko is an exciting fighter, and he's come forward and he's high octane. Charlo is kind of middle of the road between the two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I think we'd get a better fight out of that one because if Andrade's able to just box completely off the back foot, he could nullify Derevianchenko completely, and it'd be boring. Whereas with Charlo against Derevianchenko, we could have an open, exciting slugfest to some extent, and may the best man win.
Both guys can punch a bit. I think Derevchenko probably not as much as not hard a punch as Charlo, but I think it'd be a good fight nonetheless. Who would you make favourite in that fight, Charlo or Derevchenko?
Derevianchenko.
Agree with
I actually think Derevianchenko hits harder than Charlo. I think Charlo's power hasn't carried up as much. Mate, tell me a middleweight that he stopped. Oh wait,
true that.
He hasn't stopped one. He hasn't hurt a middleweight. He's only fighting junior welters up at 160. That's what he's been doing.
And that Hugo, what was it? The guy who knocked out Macklin, he had one leg going into that fight.
Exactly.
So you can't count that as a legit knockdown. Really. Your man was injured. What was his name? Exactly. Hugo Cante?
Hugo Santino.
Santino, that was it. And he knocked out Macklin a couple of years ago. So I think that's an interesting fight. I hope the WBC call that mandatory now. That's the only thing.
Well, it's not a mandatory. Number one, you know yourself, number one doesn't mean mandatory, but I'd like to see them at least make a final eliminator. Best final eliminator I'd love to see is Derevianchenko versus Eubank at the very least.
Oh,
good fights there to be made, man. Like, I'm just calling for the networks to at least make the best fights that they can make if they're not going to do cross promotion. Because if they're saying we're not willing to do cross promotion, then give us the best fights on your own damn networks.
True that. Charlo, Eubank, both PBC guys. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. Truth be told, it's a decent fight. That's the way the middleweight division is kind of looking up now. I'm looking forward now to some of the fights that we have coming up now over the next few weeks. So we have this card now this week. We've got the Fury Wilder. We've got obviously Garcia Vargas the week after, and then we have that fight we're all looking forward to seeing, Carroll versus Quigg. Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Top of the bill.
I'm so looking forward to. But on the real, by the way, let's not forget, it's not just Vargas, Mikey Garcia. Chocolatito Caliafoy is a good fight, man. Because Chocolatito's I rate him the favorite, even though the bookies tend to disagree with me, which is a bit weird that Caliafoy is the better favorite.
Yeah, I can't understand that at all.
But Chocolatito has slowed down. He hasn't fought again. He hasn't fought any elite up. Well, Fuentes was already a bit past it himself. Admittedly, Fuentes a former 2-weight world champion, but past it himself. Chocolatito was able to get rid of him. He was able to get rid of the bum, the Oculus. But Caliafoy lost to Israel Gonzalez. You know what I mean? He got a robbery decision. Like keeping it at $150, he got a robbery decision in that fight. So he's started to capitulate too. He looked very good in the beginning, but slowly he just hasn't. The level of opposition has decreased instead of increasing, and now he's being thrown in with a guy who was number one pound for pound, and because he lost twice to Rungvisai, first fight controversial, and the second fight he got starched. Let's be real, but because he did. But because of that, he's considered washed and a bum. Yet this dude was a 4-weight world champion. Beat guys like Estrada, beat Quadras, beat Akira Agashi in his prime. Like, he has a hell of a resume. Like, this dude went 22-2 in the decade, and he won 12-2 in title fights. Come on,
Edgar Sosa, Brian Valora.
Exactly. His resume is sick. But all these guys are good fighters that he was fighting against, because he fought, what was it, 15 former or current or future world champions in that time period, in that decade. That's mad.
And he won these fights pretty convincingly as well. Like that Estrada fight. Like,
I wouldn't say that was convincing. I thought that was quite close.
Did you?
But, the Quadras fight wasn't that convincing either. It was quite close.
No. But the Quadras fight, I seen that, and it was close. Even though some of the scorecards were wide, that was the closest.
Yeah, but Quadras at the time, we need to remember, was on every steroid in the world.
the first thing I remember when I seen that fight, because I'd only seen glimpses of Quadras. I seen glimpses of him in the first Room-Vasai fight, but that was the first time I ever really seen him. Like, there you go, here we go, in the flesh. Look at this fight. And I was looking at him, I was like, why is there so much acne on his back? And I was looking at the comments. I think it was on Daily Motion. I was like, no one's saying why is there so much acne on this guy's back. And like, that's the first thing I was noticing. I wasn't noticing what he was doing. This guy looks like he's riding up to the tit.
Yeah. Well, he was riding up to the tip, mate. And it's a simple. We'll just leave it at that. But look, that's a good fight though, because Chocolatito has slowed down. He has capitulated, and Calify, whilst he ain't the greatest fighter in the world, he's a solid operator and he knows how to handle himself in the ring. So that is a good fight. And yeah, I rate Chocolatito the favorite, and I rate him big. I rate him 75-25, somewhere around there. But I give Calify a bit. I give him more than a puncher's chance though, because the other chance I give him is that Chocolatito is inactivity 2 fights now in 3 years, and at his age, at those weights, how is his stamina going into those rounds? And don't forget, at 115, he's maxed out. He's heavier. He is a little bit pudgier. How is his stamina going to be? And Calify, one thing we can give him, whether he was losing to Israel Gonzalez or not, towards the end of that fight, he was coming on strong. He is a very good ender of a fight. He does have a lot of stamina. He's a fitness freak, a bit like Quigg in a way, in that mold. He works out all the time. I already know that he was sparring 12 weeks ago already, because Jay Harris was sparring with him. Jay Harris, who's fighting Martinez. So he's been sparring with European level champions and stuff in England, and he's been sparring with a good few guys. And I believe that he was sparring against what's his name? The bantamweight fighter. Not from England. What's the name of this bantamweight fighter?
Where is he from?
That's the problem. I can't think. He did a bit of sparring for about 2 or 3 weeks with Ubali. That's the one. So he had good sparring in there with Ubali as well. So that's definitely that's good sparring actually. Ubali's
a good fighter.
That's a very good spar, especially because Ubali, he does rush you and he does come forward, and Chocolatito does the same thing. So we'll see. But that's a good card. It's a very good card, that one.
I'm looking forward to it.
I know. Even though there's nothing fights on it, there's still a couple of big names on there. Joey Parker, Murat Gassiev, you know what I mean? So we do have a nice little card there. I mean, Gassiev should get the win, and Shandell Winters, I know he beat Tashenko or whatever, Alexander Tashenko, but he's not good enough, and the Parker can't. He got a punch from the gods kind of thing that messed up Tashenko, you know what I mean? But Joseph Parker and his chin, if Parker doesn't look good in this fight, there's a problem there. There you go. There's one for your series. Joseph Parker has a problem. And he does have a problem. He does have a big problem. And it's I'll give you the problem right now if you want to know. The biggest problem with Joseph Parker is he's boring.
Yep.
He's boring, and he's not showing off his skill set. And when he was coming up through the ranks and he had to become a name, he was being explosive. He was using his fast hands. Now he's just boxing. And that's all he's doing. It doesn't matter the level of opposition. He's not willing to take any risks. You take risks against Alex Leopold with your chin and chin the dude.
That's what I noticed in that fight, was that he just kept it long. He did everything bar step on the gas against Leopold, and it went 10 rounds. If he stepped on the gas, he could have got him out of there in a handful of rounds. Seriously. Alex Leopold, of all people, he was over the hill 5 years ago.
He was over the hill when he debuted.
So he drew with that Mark Demori guy. So he's good enough to draw with a guy who a shot to pieces David Haye can knock out in a round.
Look, he was exactly. I thought you were actually going to say he was good enough to fight a guy who was able to fight David Haye. I'm going to be like, wait, what? Thank God you said that. A guy that got knocked out by Haye in a round. Look, that's the level you're talking there. Like, he's no good, mate. Let's just face facts. So we'll enjoy the card. I will. You will. I'll really enjoy this Fury main event. The Quigg Carroll fight might actually be good. And the reason why is because Quigg's got a chin and he's high octane, and Carroll has no power and he's high octane. So, I mean, that's just going to be a dust up, isn't it? They're just going to throw shots at each other, and neither guy. Because Quigg ain't gonna. Carroll's got a damn chin.
Yeah.
He's got a good chin on him. He's got a good set of whiskers, and Quigg isn't really. He wasn't a big puncher at 122. Never mind 130. So
No. He's quick. He's stop. Who are you
I
picking
love
again?
Quigg.
You got John, don't you? Or are you picking quick?
I don't know, but I have no idea. I have no horse in the race. Best of luck to both men. Whoever wins, they can get an international belt or something like that. Eddie will put them on a pay per view then.
Oh, stop. I'm going for John on that fight. Just because.
Just because he's Irish, yeah. The reason I've no horse in the race is because like I just couldn't care less. I just couldn't care any less. That fight to me is just so irrelevant. Like where that even came from, like in the first place, like for the AJ card, I still felt it was irrelevant. I was like, what on earth?
That was like that's a weird fight to put on the AJ card. Then we got all our heavyweight fights.
To be fair, like I'm pretty happy that we got Dillian White and Marius back on 10 days notice because that was actually a cracking fight.
Yeah, it was a close fight.
It was a close fight, like, but that comes down to like Vac actually was training for 6 weeks for another opponent. He was meant to be on the Monte Carlo card, and Dillian White didn't even know if he was going to be fighting again. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that was, like I said, that was the most spirited I've seen Vac in God knows how long.
well, he was like, "Yo, this guy's tired. He's not." Vac was getting beat up for the first half of the fight, but like when he started to see Dillian White getting tired, and that Dillian White didn't have much on it that night, he just started to say, I might have a chance here. I might have a real chance here because if I beat this dude, and this dude's the interim champion, I'm the interim champion.
And the chin like that going up against Deontay Wilder, oh boy, could you imagine that?
He'd die.
He'd get... oh, stop. Don't know who'd go first, Wilder from the shock that he's standing up to the shots, or Marius Wack getting cleaned out.
I think Wilder'd snap his fist on his head, mate. That's a big head.
Again, that right hand would be gone for good after that.
That is a big head. Marius Vac has a big head, man.
Yeah, they told me, he interviewed him and he said everything about him was just big. He's just not a normal human being. Everything about him was just huge. And he said,
I'm a big boy myself, but I was around them before once. I was at a distance, like about 20 feet, and I felt small 20 feet away, and I'm 6'4". So, like, nah, he's huge. He's really a really big man.
What do we think about White Povetkin coming up? Well, if we get the NL, I pretty much think that's a done deal.
Well, I'll say one thing about that fight. Dillian White better come in shape and better be ready to fight, because if he's anything like he was against Marius Vac, and if his head's half out of the game, and that mental effect of the drug thing has affected Dillian White, he's getting chinned by Povetkin.
Oh yeah.
I don't care how old Povetkin is, he's dangerous.
He's dangerous early on, I think. I think it'd be fun. Dillian White is going to be
I'm not falling into that trap, and you shouldn't either, that he's dangerous early on, because he was crap early on against Hunter and he was dangerous late.
Follows there. True that.
Povetkin's one of these ones who can he's just an explosion fighter. So a lot of people think it's just early on. It's just because normally when he takes people out, they can't stand up to it. People said, oh, if you take him late, you'll beat him when Takam fought him. And what did he do? He starts him in the last round.
That was the Povetkin on that Meldonian, though.
Yeah, I know, but like at the same point, Povetkin's always been one of these fighters before or after Meldonian. Like against David Price, he got rocked and then out of nowhere he just exploded. And that was somewhat early on, but wasn't that early on.
Third round, I think.
Like at the same point, this dude can just explode out of the pocket, mate. Just explodes. Like remember against Huey Fury, even though he didn't really hurt, he did hurt Huey, but he didn't have him like rocked. But he definitely hurt them.
Oh, definitely. It
was like rounds 8 through 10 are where Povetkin really took over that fight. Took over that fight and put Horton on him. He was exploding into the pocket. He was leaping in. I think too many people think because of what happened with AJ, where he was dangerous early, and then AJ managed to take him out.
AJ was hitting him with a lot of body shots, a lot of jabs to the body. That'll take the wind out of him.
And AJ hits hard, and he's got a great jab to the body when he uses it. So I won't read too much into that. I think Povetkin's dangerous at any time, but that's a really, really, really good fight. Like Povetkin White. especially with the age on Povetkin and with the mental factor on White right now. That's an unpredictable fight. 50-50. Best of luck. That's a fight Dillian White shouldn't be taking. He should be sitting on that interim belt. If I was him after everything that he's been doing, he should be sitting on that mandatory, and he should be fighting. He should be fighting Sam Sexton and Michael Sprott. That's what he should be doing.
That's exactly what I said in one of the videos I done about Dillian White. I said if he does go and keep fighting the way he's fighting, and what I mean by that is taking these tough fights, he's going to lose before he gets that mandatory shot. I'm telling you. If he has 2 hard fights this year, I wouldn't be surprised if he loses one. Or at the very worst case scenario, by the time he actually finally fights, he gets his mandatory, he'll have too many miles on the clock.
I'll tell you one thing, though. He's made himself bank, so it doesn't really matter what happens by the time he gets a world title fight. I'll tell you one thing, though. Like, I bet he's kicking himself that he didn't take that fight for July the 1st against AJ, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely kicking himself over that.
Because AJ did have a bit of a weird night. Because he was focused so much on Wilder. But then again, if that had been Dillian White, I think he would have been able to focus on Dillian.
Mm-hmm.
But with Andy Ruiz, he was just disarmed, completely disarmed. Like, Andy Ruiz, he's like that kid from Up, isn't he?
He is. He's literally spit an image of the guy.
Like, and he's just like, I want to thank Eddie Hearns. It's such an honor. I'm so happy to be fighting for the belt. Like, this is my wildest dreams come true. AJ, can I have a picture with you and my son? Can I hold the belts and can my son hold the belts? Yeah, sure, little buddy. Like, it was like a Make-A-Wish Foundation thing.
It was. When Anthony Joshua, and then you're like, wait a minute, this guy's gonna have to fight him.
But when you think about it, whilst Andy Ruiz, he's not brilliant at some things in the pocket, he can't beat you the fuck up. And going into the pocket with him, that's stupid. That's dumb from AJ. Yeah. And he knew that. And he righted his wrongs. He righted his wrongs because what did he do? He said, right, I ain't engaging you. Do you remember at the end of the round where Andy was ushering him in and AJ's like, nah, fuck off. I'm not going in there.
Yeah, I've been there. I know what happened the first time.
So.
Oh, man. We got a good week ahead of us, though. Like, I've videos planned all week now, several different things I'm talking about. I don't know if you know this, right? My plan for this month is I'm trying to get a video out every day for the month of February. And I've been hitting it on point since the 1st. I even done a video while I was in London. So I have...
There you go.
I don't have much left. I'm halfway through this month. So I reckon I can get this. I reckon I can do this. A video a day, every day, or sometimes 2 for the rest of the month. I think it's good that I have that Fighters with a Problem series going because there's always something to talk about with them.
There is, yeah.
We got the AJ videos dropping tomorrow for those who saw the community tab. That was a fun request. I think I got like over 150. And Callum Smith and AJ 2 top ones. So AJ's coming tomorrow. Don't have no fear.
There you go. I actually need to be more active because like I'm just doing live streams, not actually doing videos. I actually need to do videos. I just haven't been arsed. Like, unboxing's just been boring.
See, I'm the opposite. Like, I love doing the videos, but the live streams, I just am like, I'll do one next week.
The reason I like the live streams is because I get to interact with the people in the chat. And I get to talk to them.
Yeah, I like that myself. Sometimes it's just, is it a good time or will I do it now? Will I won't I was going to do a live stream earlier, then I was like, will I? I was like, no, I won't. Then I was like, no, fuck it. I'll nothing else doing on a Sunday. I'll do the live stream.
Well, I shared your video on a couple of the Discord servers that I'm on. That's why you had like 20 people, 22 watching there for a bit.
I appreciate that, man. I'm just happy as long as I get like the chat's going and know what the people are doing. Can have a chat, can have an interaction with the guys. It's fun. I do like doing these live streams, but just it's trying to get the time, man. It's trying to get time. I don't have a lot of time.
I understand. Like, I mean, I'll be honest, because like I do be after work and with skill and everything. Like when I'm done with all that crap, man, I do be exhausted. And sometimes I'd be like, will I even go live? And then I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's see what's going on. And then I go live, like first 5 minutes, there's nobody there. Sometimes then there's like 20 people there. And then before I know it, I have 50, 60 people watching live. And like I look at the chat and I'm like, there's like 100 people talking. Like it's mad.
Yeah. That's what I like saying. I love it when the chat just comes to life. But then the problem is I start losing track of things. I end up talking midway through one and then reading the comment and then stopping halfway through, which I'm trying to stop doing. I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be like reading something halfway through, talking about something halfway through, and then changing the subject for no reason.
Well, if you ever need to talk about like how to do that, like I've been doing it a long enough time, I can give you pointers. Like I can give you genuine pointers on what to do, because that I wouldn't want to say on air, because people would be like, "Oh, Mark, why would you do that?" Sometimes you need to do certain things to be able to get through the damn chat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
It's true that.
but you know what, man? Like I'm just gonna say this right now, yeah. I hope to God Fury knocks him out in either the 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th, because I have money on both.
And you'd be up something like, I think, $2,000. I said you'd be up. Give or
Yeah,
take.
if 10 to 12 comes in, I'll be up to 2,800, and if 9 comes in, I'll be up 1,500.
Fuck. You think he? I don't know. I hear all
I
this
don't know.
talk.
I don't really know, mate. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm just giving it a bash with my prediction, like telling people, yeah, I think he stops him. I don't really know, but I think he has. I think he might RTD him. I don't think he'll KO him. I think they could pull him out in the corner,
Really?
especially if he's fighting Southpaw, because he's very concussive from Southpaw Fury.
Mm-hmm. I think that was one thing. He didn't fight Southpaw enough. I thought he'd come out straight away Southpaw in the first fight. He didn't. And I don't know. I think he's missing a step not doing that. But RTD, really? Do you think? One thing about Wilder, he might be a bit silly, but I don't think he'd even want to be RTD. I don't think he'd let himself be
No,
RTD.
I don't. No, listen, I don't think Wilder will quit, but I don't think Wilder will have a say if he's that damaged. Breland's there with the doctor, and the doctor's like, it's too much, and I don't think he will. And Mark Breland, I know from certain, like he has spoken in the past about fighters being hurt, and he seems to be very, very much like Buddy McGirt that way. So that might be one we'll have to watch. We just haven't seen Wilder in that situation yet.
No.
And it looked like they were close against Luis Ortiz. It looked like Breland was close against Luis Ortiz, but they gave him the extra 30 seconds on. So
that saved him.
And it did. So, but yeah, man, I'm going to drop off. Have a good one, yeah?
I'm going to finish this live stream. I'm going to get to these questions, and then I'll probably hang on for another 10, 15 minutes. But before I do anything, I want to switch the fire off in my living room, because it has been a job talking to you, because I have 2 heatings going, because it was freezing and now it's not, and now I've been baking for the last half hour since you've been on, because I didn't want to stop the stream and turn them off.
No worries, mate. Have a good one, though, yeah?
Man, all the best. Are you streaming later?
No, mate, I'm going to be sleeping tonight at 9 o'clock. I'm knackered.
No worries.
Have a good one.
Shout out to Mark. Anyone who is in the chat hasn't subscribed to Mark Unrivaled Boxing, go and subscribe. He does a lot of good stuff. So people, give me 2 secs. I'll be right back. Okay, so shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Sorry about that. I just had to switch my fire off. It was absolutely baking. So before I finish this live stream, I'm going to get to some of these questions, because I think we stopped off. Where did I put that link in? So I stopped just after I dropped the link. There we go. So let's go and see. So later, fellas, good chat. See Fury winning on points, probably going to be a boring fight like Klitschko. Don't think it will be. Don't think it will be. G-Man, how'd you spend Valentine's? Oh, boy. Well, anytime I've ever been with a girl, I've never got around it for Valentine's Day anyway, because I don't do that kind of stuff. So I didn't do anything for Valentine's Day. I never do anything for Valentine's Day. I don't see the point in it. You know, one day of the year. No, I don't need to do anything for one day of the year. No way. No way, mate. No way. Let's see. Unrivaled sent you. Yeah, shout out to Mark. Like I said, I don't stream enough. I really should, but you know what it is. In November, our niece was at that big expo over in Dublin. Yeah, there's expos in Dublin all the time, mate. Seriously. All the time. Povetkin without PEDs will have no stamina. I don't know about that, but his stamina sure as hell ain't as good as it used to be. Sure as hell, but he's getting old, man. He's getting old. Dylan ain't stupid. He's going to take a flat fee. He wants mandatory percentage against AJ and share pay-per-view. Yeah. that was the whole reason why he didn't take the fight in the first place, because the money wasn't right. Basically, AJ will never be mandatory, or Dylan will never be mandatory for AJ. No, I can't see it. He wants a WBC title crack. That's basically what Dylan White wants to do. He wants a WBC title crack, and that's what he's going for. He's gunning for a WBC title. And that's not to say, I'm sure if Eddie Hearn offered him the right amount of money, like really, 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 really good money that he wouldn't turn down, he probably would take the AJ fight. But right now, can't see it. Can't see him taking that. Cannot see it. If Dylan only gets 25%, it would still be it'd be about 15, 20 million for an undisputed fight. Well, then he's WBC belt. If Dylan White got 25, Dylan White would get well paid. He'd get well paid, especially now that he's got bigger. He'd get well paid for an AJ fight. Seriously, he'd get well paid. Hey guys, do you know of any problems Fury has in camp? I don't know. I don't know if he's had any problems in camp, but judging by the video I did today, in which Eddie Hearn was name dropped as saying, Fury hadn't have the best camp, I well believe that most fighters have issues in training camp. I'd well believe it, because I think that what you're doing in training camp, you will eventually put miles on the clock. You'll do something will happen, right? You might not be the biggest injury in the world, but I reckon that, something might have happened in sparring, or something might have happened in training camp, and he's maybe not 100%, but they're not going to come out and flat out admit it, while they're in the fight or anything like that. They just aren't going to do that. There's just no way around it. They just won't do it. So if there is anything wrong with Tyson Fury, we're probably going to find out, quite a bit after the fight, truth be told. That's just my opinion. Richard Michaels, Caroline Flack. Oh boy, yeah, that's the one who committed suicide yesterday. I'm not going to touch on it, but I remember years ago seeing her on the X Factor. For my sins, when I was about 17, I briefly watched that show and she was on it. And I remember, and that girl would have been in her 30s at the time, and she was dating some of the 17-year-olds who were on that show. And I remember looking at her on the show and just thinking, this girl has mental health issues. This girl is not there in the head mentally. And that was nearly 10 years ago. Back then, she was in her early 30s, and I was thinking, this girl's not right. She just didn't look right. He had complications. Complications and headaches. Did he have headaches? I don't know. You would get headaches for hitting enough now, truth be told. You would get headaches for hitting the head enough. So I think I've caught up on the chat. I think Pac waiting for Mikey, then Pac Mikey, possibly. Although Pacquiao was with Al Heyman, so I suppose Pacquiao and Garcia. Garcia's only on a one-fight deal with Matchroom. So there we are. I think I've caught up on the chat. We've had Marky in the chat, so it was good fun. I'm going to end this stream right here. We've gone over just over an hour, so it's definitely killed some time. Shout out to everyone in the chat for asking the questions. Like I said, you'll have your AJ problem video tomorrow, and then we'll take it on from there. So videos coming all week this week. Like I said, I'm getting videos out every day this month regardless. And I don't count these live streams as videos, by the way, so we're good to go. Yeah, Fury had a day off camp. He couldn't shit and had headaches. Wow. Jesus. That's not good. So yeah, I'm going to end this live stream right here. It's going to stay on the channel, audio format, of course, like most do. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Hope everyone has a good Sunday. And let's get this week over with nice and quick, because I want to get into fight week. And yeah, I'm dying to see this fight. So like I said, you're not going to get any videos today. Done with videos for today, but first thing in the morning, you'll have a video out. You might even have 2 or 3. So we'll see you then. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good Sunday, and peace out.